Okay, Davie 504, the bass player, slept that bass. That was an awful impression and it sounded very racist. I'm very sorry about that. But Davie 504, I've always been a fan of his channel. He's a bit of a goofball and everything, but you know, he's made some great content over the years. Anyway, I saw this video the other day and it's entitled The Worst Time of My Life. And I've been caught out by Davie before with stuff like this. You know, it's like a huge clickbaity title and then he just makes a huge joke out of it and everything. But this time, it got real. And yeah, I thought we'd take a look at this together and talk about some of the things that YouTubers go through. So yeah, Davie 504. Okay, so like I say, I watched this video the other night, and it's been one of those things that's been playing on my mind today. So yeah, let's have a look at what Davie was saying.
If you have been following me for a while, you might have noticed I basically disappeared for years. I used to make 3 videos a week, and I barely post anything. And I've been...
Yeah, I mean, Davie was very, very prolific, you know, back in the day. I probably started watching him like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and you know, it just seemed like he was all over the internet. And you know, he's been doing some shorts recently, but none of his long form content, you know, that he was originally known for. I mean, he even did some brilliant collaborations. You know, did one with Rob Scallon, I think it was, as well. That was pretty good.
Been getting so many worried messages from you. What happened? Why I stopped? So I think it's important for me to open up to you, tell you something I've never shared before. And hopefully this is gonna make you open up to me in the comments, because we all have our own struggles we deal with on a daily basis, and sharing them can make us feel better. I've been through the worst part of my life. When I started to make videos, I always had a dream, a goal that inspired me to keep working hard. And I've been struggling to find that goal recently. And I will explain why. I've always been scared of taking breaks from making content, because I know what happens when you take breaks. A big part of your audience just leaves and probably doesn't come back. You need to...
That's very true. It's one of the horrible things about YouTube, and it's one of the pressures that, I mean, like I said, I don't do YouTube for a living. I don't have no subscribers. I don't know. I think I'd like to. But yeah, one of the things with YouTube is that, you know, if you need to have some kind of consistency with your uploading. Okay, so if you're known as a channel for just doing 1 video a week, then you've got to do that 1 video a week. If you're known for doing 2 videos a week, you've got to do 2 videos a week, and so on. And it really is as bad as, like, you know, if you're one of the channels that does 1 video a week and you just take, you know, say you take 1 week off and go on holiday or something, I mean, it really does affect your channel when you come back and, you know, you put your next video out. You will really notice a drop off in views.
Constantly grind, constantly keep the ball rolling, because if you stop, it's almost impossible to come back. And that's why I really grinded the content for the first 10 years of my YouTube career. I always found new formats, and then I stuck to those that made my channel blow up. I know it might sound sus, but 2020, despite being a very bad year, it was actually the best year of my life. Suddenly, I was forced to stay at home, and as a...
I know the whole thing with the pandemic was, you know, a nightmare for a lot of people. I'm quite unsociable, and I was quite happy that people had to stay away from me. It was nice going out and everything being so quiet. But yeah, I mean, even with me, it forced me to take a look at the way I was doing things, because I mean, I was instantly out of a job and I had no way of earning money, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I started trying to make myself COVID proof. You know, so if it did happen again, I'd still be at home and be working. So yeah, I kind of get what Davie's saying here.
As an introvert, I saw that as an absolute win. I could finally 100% focus on doing something that I loved with no distractions. And it was amazing, because for the first time of my life, I truly felt free to make any type of content that I wanted and still get insane views, just like the dream for every YouTuber. I had so much fun, but I also burned myself out. Despite being quite big on YouTube, it's just me on the channel, editing videos, writing the scripts, finding the content to react to, and don't get me wrong, it was all worth it because of all.
You see, that's the thing. I mean, especially smaller creators when they're starting out. I mean, I do all my own editing. I, come up with the ideas, I record it, I do the thumbnails and everything. So any video that I put up, it's got a certain amount of work put into it. I mean, you've got a lot of the bigger channels and they've got editors and they've got script writers and, they've got a separate person that does the thumbnails for them and stuff, So, I suppose it's all to do with the quality as well. I mean, if you've got, 10 million, I mean, what's Davie got? 13 million subscribers. I mean, if you've got that many subscribers, then those subscribers expect a certain quality of this stuff you put out. I mean, there is huge money to be made from YouTube. And when you do start getting big, the pressure really is on you. A lot of people think, oh, it's a dream job. I'd just love to sit at home and, make YouTube videos. And I mean, I work as an editor for, I think, 5 other channels now. I edit videos for other people, for other YouTubers. I enjoy editing though. But it's there is a lot of pressure on you as a YouTuber. Don't think that there isn't.
Incredible support from you, but I was treating myself very harshly and I got addicted to views, in the sense that if a video didn't get 1 million views in 24 hours, I would feel very anxious and stressed.
It is very addictive, the views. I mean, I've had some videos that have got 6. I mean, on my old channel, I did a video that made, I think I got 250,000 views on it. And I mean, I was my mind was blown. And ever since then, I've been chasing those 250,000 views ever since then. I've never got them back. But chasing views is addictive. It is a real thing.
Sounds crazy now, but it was what it was. I got obsessed over thumbnails and titles and all this kind of stuff to a very unhealthy degree. And I had no life outside of YouTube. But
now, what Davie said about the thumbnails and titles and stuff like that, I mean, again, if you're not a YouTuber, you don't actually appreciate how important these things are. I mean, you get your thumbnail slightly wrong, you might get no views on your video. You might just get 10 views on your video. You get your title wrong. If that title isn't drawing people in, again, and I mean, it's quite hard, especially with my channel, because I mean, a lot of the stuff that Davie does, it's comedy and it's flipping stuff around and everything, and he can really get away with some real clickbaity titles, whereas some of the stuff I'm talking about, it's I'm not going to say educational, it's informative and stuff like that. And, I can't really use a clickbait title. And again, I'm not prepared to do this in the thumbnail. I don't think anyone would watch that. Some slightly chubby bloke in his 50s going. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, there is so much more to YouTube than just making a video and uploading it to YouTube. And again, it can really, really play on your mind.
Luckily in 2021, in 2022, I got into shorts, and that was really a breath of fresh air. Suddenly I felt free again to post anything I wanted. It was very fun, and I didn't even have to worry about thumbnails and titles, because they didn't care. But I still deeply cared about long form videos, because they are the ones that really helped me to build a real connection with you. And most of the audience watching shorts, after they are done with you, they just scroll to the next guy. So you could make 1 billion views from shorts, which I did, and still not have a real audience caring for you. That's what really demotivated me. All this.
Now, I was talking to another creator about this, Steve Cassidy. About shorts, and I made some short. I went through the thing of making shorts last year. Earlier this year actually, I made some shorts, and it absolutely killed my channel off. I was getting views on the shorts and everything, but people you know, I mean, I've deleted all the shorts now because it really did do my channel a lot of harm. A lot of harm, because if you get associated with just doing shorts all the time, then, you know, it's not good. I think as well, though, it's the kind of content I make. I don't really make shorts content. I'm not like, you know, I'm not that dude. The reason I want to show you this video is I'll leave a link to Davie's video in the description. You can watch the whole thing. Basically talks about some issues he had regarding tax and the Italian government, and, you know, some other things that was going on. But it really did get to me watching this video with Davie. You know, and I know he's like a multi-millionaire and he's a YouTuber, and you know, he's living the dream in Taiwan or wherever it is he lives. But I don't know, a lot of it really resonated with me, and, you know, I really do feel for the guy. So big shout out to Davie504, and I hope you feel better soon, buddy. And like I said, I will leave a link so you can go and check out Davie's video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. When I say it does get the video out there into the algorithm, it really does, especially if you leave a comment and stuff. If you want to help support the channel, I've got some merch, super chats, memberships, stuff like that for sale. So, you know, go ahead, fill your boots. Anyway, thanks again. Take it easy. Peace out.